we are from Group 4. And today we're gonna tell you guys about Chapter 4 and 5, which is the Managing in Ethics, Global Development, and Social Responsibility. Bye! See you!
So, in the Chapter 4, we have Managing in a Global Environment. Every manager needs to think globally. Rapid advances in technology and communication have made the international dimensions an increasingly important part of the external environment. A global mindset and international experience are fast becoming prerequisites for managerial success. 1. A borderless world. As a new manager, learn to think globally, take an interest in international people and issues. Don't hinder your own or your company's success by thinking only in terms of domestic issues, competitors, and markets. Expand your thinking by reading and networking broadly. The process of globalization typically passes through 4 distinct stages. The first one in the domestic stages, the second one in the international stages, the third one in the multinational stages, and the last one or the fourth one in the global or stateless stages.
2 is getting started internationally. Organizations have a couple ways to become involved internationally. One is for seek for cheaper materials. It's called oversharing or outsourcing. Another is to develop markets for finished product outside their home countries, which may include exporting, licensing, and direct investing. This market entry strategy represents alternative way to sell products and services in foreign markets. Most firms begin with exporting and work up to direct investment. Number 3 is international business environment. International business is business operation conducted in more than one countries. This fundamental including financing, production, distribution, and service do not change in any substantial way.
So, the number 4 of the Managing in a Global Environment was the economic environment. What is economic environment? So, the economic environment represents the economic conditions in the country where the international organizations operate. This part of the environment includes such factors as economic development, resource and product markets, and exchange rates, each of which is discussed in the following sections. In addition, factors such as inflation, interest rates, and economic growth are also part of the international economic environment. And the number 5 was the legal political environment. So, political risk is defined as the risk of loss of assets, earning power, or managerial control due to politically based events or actions by host governments. Another frequently cited problem for international companies is political instability, which includes riots, revolutions, civil disorder, and frequent changes in government. And the number 6 was the socio-cultural environment. A nation's culture includes the shared knowledge, beliefs, and values, as well as the common modes of behavior and ways of thinking among members of a society. Cultural factors can be more perplexing than political and economic factors when working or living in a foreign country.
Managing in a global environment. Number 7 is the globalization backlash. In the end, it is not whether globalization is good or bad, but how business and government managers can work together to ensure that the advantages of global world are fully and fairly shared. Number 8 is multinational corporations. As discussed earlier in this chapter, a large volume of international business is being carried out in a simply borderless world by large international business that can be tough of a global corporations, stateless corporations, and transnational corporations. In the business world, these large international firms typically are called multinational corporations or MNCs, which SDGs have been the subject of enormous attentions. Number 9 is managing in a global environment. A. Developing cultural intelligence include human research, reading, decision making, motivating, and controlling.
I want to tell you what is managerial ethics. Ethics are moral principles that guide right and wrong behavior. Ethical issues arise when actions may harm or benefit others and are often complex, especially for managers facing dilemmas between personal values, organizational loyalty, and risk. The second is ethics dilemmas. Ethics involve decision making where values may conflict, creating dilemmas without clear right or wrong. In organization, the person making this choice is called moral agent. The third is criteria for ethical decision making. First, utilitarian. In organization, this often means weighing costs and benefits to choose the option with the most overall benefits. The second is the individual approach. The individual approach sees action as moral if they serve long-term self-interest, promoting honesty but often measured for short-term gain.
The moral rights approach. This approach emphasizes the individuals have several basic rights. These include the right of free consent, the right to privacy, the right to freedom of conscience, the right of free speech, the right to the process, and the last is the right to life and safety. Organizations must respect these rights when making decisions. Next, let us move to manager ethical choices. There are 3 levels. Level 1 is pre-conventional, where a person follows rules mainly to avoid punishment and acts in their own interest. Level 2 is conventional, where decisions are made to meet the expectation of others. Level 3 is post-conventional, where individuals follow self-chosen principles of justice and fairness. Now, let's see corporate social responsibility. CSR means distinguishing right from wrong and doing what is right. In other words, it means being a good corporate citizen by taking responsibility, not only profits but also for society. Then we talk about organizational stakeholders. Stakeholders are groups inside or outside the organization who have a stake in its performance. Each stakeholder has different interests, and organization must balance these interests fairly. And finally, we discuss about sustainability. This is about meeting the needs of the present generation without harming the ability of future generations to meet their needs. Managers should integrate environmental and social concerns into strategies and policies to ensure long-term balance. So, in conclusion, ethics and social responsibility are essential in guiding organizations to not only achieve financial goals but also to act responsibly toward people and the environment. Thank you.
So, there are evaluating corporate social that includes economic responsibility, legal responsibility, ethical responsibility, and directionary responsibility. And there are second criteria for ethical decision making. The first one was the utilitarian approach. So the utilitarian approach defines moral action as what gives the greatest good for the greatest number, often measured through cost and benefits. And the second one was the individualism approach. So the individualism approach contends that acts are moral when they promote the individual best long-term interest.